Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Unstoppable, the Unstoppable podcast with Ralph Graves Jr. My name is Ralph Graves, and so glad to have you guys here. Today on the program, I have someone I think you guys will really want to stop by and listen to for these few minutes together. Dawn Mathis, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Ralph. I'm honored to be here.
And I'm excited to have you on. Tell the audience, tell the community what it is that you do.
Oh, gosh. Well, I do a lot of things. I'm a full-time realtor building my life coaching business. And so realtors are coaches anyway, so it's more or less a segue into something that I already do that I absolutely love.
Wow. Yeah. Now, you said earlier off air that you were a physical therapist.
I was. Before I was a realtor, I was a physical therapist, so I was a coach there too. It's just it seems to be a common theme throughout my life to just reach out and help people any way I can.
Yeah. Now we're going to talk about that journey.
Right.
I want to talk about how does one, being into having seen many physical therapists in my day because of sports and all the other adventures I do. How does one transition from being a top? Now you're out in Colorado, so yes. I don't know if you practice there, but I'm sure skiing and all other kind of stuff going on. How'd you make that transition from physical therapy into being one of the foremost realtors in your area and foremost transformational coaches around? How did you make that shift? Talk to us.
Well, with anything comes when you run into a challenge or when you run into something that you are not happy about. Longing and discontent are the ways that the world speaks to us.
Yeah.
With physical therapy, my big thing was I'm an advocate for my client, and I got in trouble quite a bit for that. Let's just say it that way. So I worked for places that were corporate, and I worked with seniors, and I was told I needed to tell families that their loved ones needed to stay with us for the rest of their lives.
Wow.
And home, and I didn't drink the Kool-Aid, so I was in trouble quite a bit that way.
Yeah.
And very successful realtor, when I was telling her what was going on, told me that I should get paid for my caring about clients instead of getting in trouble for it, that I should be a realtor.
Yeah.
So that's how I got into real estate. And I love houses. I love everything about them. I love the concept of home and community and how home is where the heart is.
Yeah.
So I've been doing that a long, long time.
Good. And I think that's important. And I want to applaud you and anybody who finds himself in an uncomfortable place.
Yeah.
It's going against your values and your value system, because we all have a value system. And I know it wasn't an easy thing to do. I know it was a difficult thing to do. Here I am leaving the security of what I know, entering into a field. I mean, I love communicating, I love help, but I really don't know the field. And that takes a bravery, that takes courage to jump or to leave a secure place and move to an unsecure place. Now, you said it was long ago, but you still did it. How would you encourage someone who was feeling that right now? They might be listening to the podcast and they're caught between what they're doing that's putting food on the table, and it's very uncomfortable. They're not necessarily liking it. And they're caught between that and caught between what they really want to do or what they really feel called to do. And they haven't made that move or that jump, and there's no security there. How would you encourage them?
Well, first of all, I think it's very important for someone to get crystal clear on what they love. And you and I both know in our professions as coaches, we know that what would I love is the question to ask, not what do I think is safe? What should I do? Those kinds of questions. But it's a leap of faith.
Yeah.
um, and I believe it also takes someone like yourself to help that person who's questioning, to have a mentor and have a support system to get to that place. But a crystal clear vision of what you would love is the most important thing, and then finding someone who can get you there, who can help.
Yeah. I mean, that is so important to be clear. To be clear, to have some clarity, to be self-aware, to be clear on it. We live in this day and age, we live in this world where there's just distractions everywhere that keep people from being clear. You know, are there exercises that you do, mental or physical exercises that you do to keep yourself clear and focused and maybe distraction free so that Dawn stays on the path of not only doing what she loves, but now doing it to the best of her ability and being top notch at it? Are there things that you do to stay clear?
Yes. So every morning I get up early. Mm-hmm. It's 15 minutes early or 20 minutes early, and have the house to myself. I make myself a cup of coffee, not Keurig, because I don't drink what I can't spell, but just, you know,
okay.
Everyday Joe.
I heard you. Shots fired. You know, I got a Keurig over here.
No, I love Keurig. I'm just messing with you.
I know. Yeah.
And so I have a practice every morning, and I have a book by Mary Morrissey, and I'm not sure if you know her, with the Brave Thinking Institute. She used to be a minister, and now she has this top tier coaching, teaching program. She wrote a book called My Morning Mentor.
Okay.
Or excuse me, The Miracle Minute. I do both programs with her right now.
Yeah.
But what it is that it's just a way to center me into a moment. And it's a lesson that I read every day, much like the Daily Bread from faith-based communities. You know the little book. And
grew up on that.
Every day. Yeah. So I start with that, and then I write down 10 things that I'm grateful for.
Wow.
And then I have my vision, and I read my vision and put myself in my vision with 5 senses, like it's a movie, like I'm creating a movie. And after I do that, I have some affirmations that I also say to myself. And that's how I start my morning.
You know, that's powerful. Mm-hmm. I mean, I have strategies too. You know what I didn't do? I don't do as much, and I hope the listeners begin to do it. I like what you said. You put all of your senses in the vision.
Yeah.
That is something, because you have, ladies and gentlemen, you have to have, I hate to call it a ritual, but you have to have, what do we go call it? Not a ritual. You have to have something to focus yourself and get your day started. Someone said that when you hit the snooze button, that's the first loss of the day. That's the first loss. So when that alarm goes off, get up, get at it, get centered, and get focused. I love that strategy. I hope you guys wrote that down. I'm gonna start. I write the vision. I do the affirmations, but I can't say that I visualize myself there all of the time.
Well, it's not easy, especially like you said, we have so many distractions. Can't remember if it was the Dalai Lama or Mahatma Gandhi. I always get them mixed up with things that they say. But one of the things that they say that is so important to be aware of is the speed of life that we live right now. And whoever it was, it doesn't matter. It just says there's more to life than its speed.
Yeah.
So we need to center ourselves. We need to slow down. We need to take in a breath and connect with our source.
Yeah. That's I like that. I'm not sure which one of them said it either. Either Dalai, might have been Mahatma Gandhi, said that those of us, who are well off, we have a lot of concerns. We have a lot of things. We have a lot of worries, a lot of wants. Those who are sick, they only have one. That is to be well. So I think he was really making reference as well to that speed of life.
Yeah.
And really grasping what we need to grasp for the limited amount of time we're here. So let's talk about what you do. I think what you do, see, people think People think like there's nothing for them to do. You are a realtor who focuses on middle-aged, am I right? And senior folks, correct?
Well, sort of.
Sort of. Okay.
That's right. So in real estate, we take anybody with a pulse. You know
Sure.
what I mean?
I get it. I get it.
Anybody with a pulse that can get a loan, or anybody who has a house to sell.
Yeah.
Although that being said, I'm at a point in my life where if it's not a good fit, I don't let them hire me. So
yeah,
it's a good place to be. No, my focus in real estate, I'm very much a generalist, but I work with people that are residential people that were trying to buy or sell a home.
Yeah.
I don't do commercial. I just do residential real estate.
Yeah.
Of various types: mountain property, horse property,
wow,
in the city, those kinds of things. But with my life coaching, the business that I'm building right now, yes, the focus there for me, not that I won't take anyone else, but my focus there is women that are, age 40 to 70, that are taking care of other people, whether it's their folks or they're in the medical profession like I used to be in.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's that group of people, because what I've noticed with my real estate and in being a physical therapist, this is a group of people that are just like, I'm tired. I take care of everybody else. I don't know how to take care of myself. If someone offers to help me, I say no, thank you. I don't ask for help.
Yeah.
So that's my love and my focus in my coaching business is that group of people.
And I thank you for clarifying that. But I wanted to say all that there is, if you're listening, there is a community for you to serve. Dawn found this community to serve. We are all very unique. We might all do the same. We might do the same thing, but I can't do it the way you do it. You can't do it the way I do it. We're all unique in it, and there's a community waiting for your uniqueness, and that community there is so fortunate to have you in that space.
Thank you.
And if you're listening, if you're watching, wherever you're getting this, there is a community waiting for you. You're waiting for your uniqueness. And that speaks volumes. You hit the nail on the head. That community, women age 40 to 70, 75, have taken care of everybody. In pastoring, and I see this with the women that come to church, and I praise God for the women in church. I tell people, if we do a studies throughout America, and the average size church, not every church is 15,000 people, and an average size church, say you have, 390 women and only 70 men. So I thank God for the women. And so I say it all the time. I thank God for the women. I could do this whole podcast for something else. I go round and round with other pastors, preachers, and leaders. But women can't lead at the church. I'm saying, have you lost your mind? Who else God going to use? Because the men sure ain't showing up. So anyway, I digress. So with that group of women, they have been caretakers. They care for. And I have kind of challenged them, and I'm glad you're in that community because I can't serve them. But I said, what happens after the kids leave? Do you just shift from being full-time mom to full-time grandma? Like, is that your entire life? Or is there something that you've given up? There's something that you have to give. And for the sake of others, you kind of put on the back burner, and now here come the grandkids. And I'm not telling you not to love your kids, not to love your grandkids, but I'm telling you in order to best serve your family and care for your family, you must reach your full potential. Am I right in saying that, Dawn?
I totally agree with that. And Lisa Nichols, another one of us in our community, I love the way she says it. She says, you have to fill yourself up.
Yes.
And I believe Jesus even said it. You have to fill yourself, and maybe not in these words exactly, but you have to fill yourself up so that you can fill others. You have to. And Lisa Nichols talks about, filling up your cup to the point where it runs over. And the part that runs over is the part that you can give to other people.
Yeah, you're speaking now. You're speaking now. We have to talk about the fruit. The fruit of your life is not for you. The fruit is never for the tree. The fruit is for others to enjoy. And so that's right. That overflow. And so I think it's important that especially, and again, thank you for serving that community, the women in that space, it's not over. It's not over. You still have so much to give. Mm-hmm. And, it's okay to say, no, I'm not watching those babies today because I'm developing something inside me that'll bless this family even greater later on.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not an either or, it's a both and.
It's a both and. Yeah.
If you have grandkids or nieces, nephews, great nieces, great nephews, it can all happen. Yeah. I'm having a retreat in a couple of weeks. Okay. And it's called Women's Winter Reflections Retreat. Kind of a mouthful.
Yeah, so, Women's Winter Reflections Retreat. Try to say that fast 5 times.
Yeah. Or you can just say W squared R squared.
Okay.
And in reaching out to women, we're almost full. And in reaching out to women, it's interesting because my business development person just said, we need to jump on Instagram and talk about what women are saying as the reasons why they're not coming. And one of the biggest reasons is that women, women that I've talked to and reaching out, they're kind of scared to pay attention to who they are or who they are. Yeah. They've done all these things out here, and now it's scary to go to a place and maybe go within and find some things that they're not okay with. That was a big one. Another one is I reached out to a couple of women that are closer to the age 70 and said, it's too late for me. 20 years ago, when I was 55 or 50 or 48, I would have loved this.
Yeah.
It's too late.
That's such I hate to call that is such a trick of our enemy, a trick of our minds. That's such a lie. As long as you have breath in your body, there is value.
Absolutely.
Value. And here's the greater picture, ladies, if you're listening, men too. We need you to reach your full potential at 20, 30, 40, 75. I don't care how old you are. The world needs you to reach your full potential. Yeah.
Well, a man named Howard Thurman, you probably know him. He was a pastor and a motivational speaker, and he was Martin Luther King's mentor.
Yeah.
And he told King one time, don't ask what the world needs. And I'm paraphrasing because I can't remember off the top of my head. Right. Don't ask what the world needs you to do. You do in the world what makes you come alive, because what the world needs is more people who have come alive.
Yeah. I'm glad you're in that space. So what do you say to them when they say that? Someone's listening now. There's a lady listening now who is between those ages, or maybe even younger, and it's somebody might be saying, I'm too young. Somebody might be saying, I just got too much stuff going on. And there is a senior listening who's saying, I'm done. So what do you say to them?
Well, depending on the person, if that person was sitting here with you and I right now, I would say, you're here. We're here not to take up space. We're here for a reason. And as long as we're here, there's a reason.
Yeah.
Reason. So let's find your new purpose. Let's find your reason. What speaks to you? And as I said before at the top of the call, longings and discontent. Longing and discontent are the way that life speaks to us, and those are ways that we can determine what our next step vision is.
Yeah.
What are you longing for? Which is something you want, but you haven't created yet. That's all it is. Yeah. And discontent is just your dissatisfaction with something right now in your own life. So let's look at those two things and go deeper.
Now this conference you're having, Um, how can when is the conference? Because I want to make sure that
The retreat.
retreat. Yes.
It's actually 11/11.
Okay. And I think this will be aired before that.
Okay.
I think the audience will see this. How can they get some of the materials that were taught, or how can they reach out to you? How is there? Can they log on to the retreat virtually?
No, we're keeping it small and intimate.
Gotcha.
I'm renting the entire lodge, and we're only having 20 participants.
Okay.
And so we have, I believe at last count, which was yesterday, we have 4 double occupancy rooms left.
Okay.
We would like to fill those with 2 people each. That would be our goal.
Yeah.
But if they just go to my website, there's an events tab on my website. You can find out information about the retreat. We have an agenda, the things that we're covering. And a lot of the things we're covering are things we're talking about right here and now.
What's the website, Dawn? There's somebody listening that wants to work with you. They want to get to know you better. What's the website, and how can they get in contact with you?
Absolutely. It's InSitu Lifeworks.
Spell that for me.
I have it on a piece of paper. Do you want me to hold it up?
Hold it up. Okay. Hold it up for us.
Okay.
And then I'll spell it out to my podcasters if you're not watching this on YouTube channel. It's called InSitu.
Yeah.
Yeah. INSITU. Hold it up a little bit higher. Lifeworks. All right. Is it .com?
Yes.
Okay. There you go. InSituLifeworks.com. InSituLifeworks.com. And it'll pop up, and you'll see Dawn, and you'll see everything that she's doing, everything she has to offer. Maybe you can start working with her. Dawn, you taking clients? I'm doing a whole advertisement for you.
Not all the time. I don't take clients all the time.
Right.
Right now, I am taking clients.
Oh, very good.
And that's a process. I'm not a used car salesperson. With me, just like working with Ralph here, it's got to be a fit.
Has to be a good fit.
It has to be a good fit. Yes, there's people out there who'll take you no matter what. Like I used to take anybody with a pulse in real estate. I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
They have to meet certain criteria, and I want your success.
Yeah.
So I am interested in people that I know that I have the training and expertise to help. If I don't think I can help you, I'm going to send you to Ralph.
Okay. And if I don't think I can help you, I'm gonna send you right back to Dawn. Dawn, let me let me ask you this. And I always try to close with something a little light and just something. Now, you don't even know this question was coming, but it's not a deep question. I have it written down here. If you could have a gigantic billboard anywhere in the world, where would it be, and what would it say? You had, this is free whatever. It's a gigantic billboard anywhere in the world. Where would it be, and what would it say?
Well, I hear that the traffic in LA is like one of the worst places in the world.
Yeah.
And most people aren't calling that the monastery of LA traffic. So yeah. I would say I'd love to have a billboard there.
Yeah.
And I'd love for it to say, what would you love?
What would you love? Yeah.
What would you love?
Yeah.
Because it's not the question we ask ourselves. We ask ourselves why something won't work, or how do I play it safe? And those are the questions we ask. And on the other side of the page, it's blank underneath it, but there's that question, that burning question, what would I love? Wow. So what would you love would be the question I think I would put on that billboard.
Dawn, thank you very much for coming on the program and being part of the Unstoppable program. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been my friend, my new friend, Dawn Mathis. Link up with her. Go to the website InSitu Lifeworks.com. InSituLifeworks.com. Link up with her. Share it with somebody. But Find out what you love and go after it. Thanks, Dawn, for being on Unstoppable program. Guys, you know, you can find me, ralphgracejr.com. Join the community. Listen to the podcast, share the podcast. If you don't have, I'm on another platform called Fireside. Download that. Download Fireside. A lot of great stuff going on over there. Dawn, thanks for being on the program.
Thank you for having me. Blessings.
Guys, let's be unstoppable together. Bye-bye.